I'm at the Catamount Community Forest and I'm in this area that we just finished managing. Looks great, looks exactly how we want it to look. But thinking about like what it's gonna feel like when people who are used to this area of Catamount come back. One of the things that's really shifted in forestry over the last few decades is trying to manage forests in ways that mimic natural disturbances. And that's really important because while we think of forests as being these like stable, unchanging places, actually they're dynamic. And all of these really amazing properties, wildlife habitat, climate resilience, carbon sequestration and storage, they come as much from the death of trees, natural disturbances, as from the life of trees. In Vermont and most of the eastern United States, our forests are really, really young, and they haven't had a chance to develop a lot of these, what we call old growth attributes, old growth characteristics, things like deadwood on the ground, which we know to be this really vital habitat for organisms from fungi and bacteria, mosses and lichens, black bears, and all kinds of other different things. Now, it also used to be that when we managed forests, we were trying to make them look neat and tidy, and so we would tell loggers to cut up trees and treetops, make everything lie flat on the ground, make it look kind of like a park. It actually diminishes the positive benefits of that deadwood on the ground. Its ability to do things like benefit forest hydrology, build healthy soils, protect regeneration from deer browse, which is now something we're thinking a lot about, creating these big jumbled messes of trees and treetops that inhibits deer's ability to browse those young trees. There's a ton of really, really good reasons to leave forests looking really messy, and there's really only one reason to clean them up, and that's our own sense of aesthetics. We all have this really ingrained idea of what a healthy forest looks like. Everybody thinks it looks pretty much like a park. And it's our job as forest lovers, forest managers, forest stewards, forest landowners to develop an understanding of what a healthy forest actually looks like. It's not something that any of us are born with. It's something that we need to develop. For those of us who love and work in forests, we know that there's nothing dead about deadwood. That when we go into a managed forest and it's really messy, we see that as an asset. And most of the things we think of as messiness, we would refer to as complexity. This incredible depth and breadth of different habitats and features and ecological attributes and natural processes that are being supported by this forest that weren't here before this work occurred.